Y'all, I am on Section 8, but I'm a retired government worker, and I'm tired of these slumlords, y'all. Let's get into Section 8 and the shit we go through as Section 8 renters. I hear all the time about landlords and businesses complaining about Section tenants. Baby, don't group us all the fuck together. We're not all the same. And they always underestimate Section 8 people or participants because they think all of us are not educated, we're all ghetto, or we're all super, again, like I said, uneducated, don't have the resources available. When you get on Section 8, most of the landlords you come across are going to size you up as incapable of taking care of yourself, a loser, somebody who is sitting on the backs of the government, and uneducated. They don't expect for people to be medically retired and need Section 8. They don't expect to come through and see someone like me who is well educated, my baby. Especially about the government and especially about my amendment rights and my civil rights. You've got me fucked up thinking that Section 8, just because I'm a Section 8 participant, these slumlords are going to be able to get over on me. Let's talk about these motherfucking slumlords today. So as y'all can see, I'm a little bit perturbed. In my time of being on Section 8 housing now for the last, I believe it's more like 8, 9, maybe 12 years. Don't quote me on that, but it's only been about a decade since I've been medically retired. I medically retired at 35 and therefore couldn't provide for myself, and I do not have family. And I was forced to not work and be able to earn an income hefty enough for me to pay this rent. So because of my disabilities, I am autistic with ADHD, an avoidance personality, and PTSD, which I don't mention often, but that's neither here nor there. Because I work on healing, I've been through the therapeutic process, and I've been through a lot of education myself, and I studied psychology, so I work on myself a lot. With that being said, and I have a psychologist. With that being said, renting from Section 8, I always run into the slumlords. If you can't tell, I have piercings and tattoos, none of them that I got until I was 35 and medically retired, by the way. I got my nose piercing at 19, but the rest I didn't do until I didn't have to work for the government anymore. With that being said, I've been renting from people who will categorize me and be like, oh, all Section 8 people tear up the apartments and they throw you in the slumlords. They throw you in the slums in the hood because I'm black with tattoos and piercing. These owners don't think that I don't know my rights, right? So I've got my last previous owner trying to keep my security deposit amongst other shitty things they did to me, talking about they blocked my number because I make threats. Baby, I don't make threats, I make promises. I have a lawyer. I will sue your ass. Section 8, do better.
You ever notice how landlords love to talk trash about Section 8 tenants? They don't take care of the property. They always late on rent. But funny thing is, they never stop accepting those vouchers, do they? Yeah, because a lot of them are finessing the same system they claim is broken. Let's be real, some of these landlords got the game figured out too well. See, here's the truth nobody wants to admit. Landlords love Section 8 for one reason, that guaranteed check. The government pays on time every month, no questions asked. They don't gotta chase rent. They don't gotta worry about tenant ghosting them. But once that first payment hits, suddenly the air conditioner stop working, the leaks take time to fix, the paint peeling. It's cosmetic. Child, please. They do the bare minimum just to pass inspection and then vanish until the next check clears. That's the finesse. And don't get me started on the rent inflation hustle. Landlords out here charging $1,800 for a unit worth $1,200, and the housing authority approves it because they go by market rate. So while tenants think they're getting help, landlords are pocketing the difference. Straight profit. They're milking the system and calling it business. That's not business. That's greed wrapped in a government check. Now here's where it gets even nastier. The discrimination loophole. You ever see a landlord post Section 8 welcome, but when you apply, they suddenly hit you with, oh, that unit's already taken? Yeah, that's code for we don't want your kind. They cherry pick tenants based on race, family size, or disability. And it's illegal as hell. But they get away with it because most people don't know how to fight back, or they're too scared to risk losing housing. It's modern day gatekeeping, just dressed up in rental agreements. And here's the wildest hustle of them all, the fake fix and flip scam. These landlords buy rundown houses, slap on a little paint, patch a wall, and boom, it's Section 8 ready. But behind the walls, pipes are busted, wires are old, mold creeping in. They rent it out for a couple years, collect that guaranteed check, and then flip the property for triple the price. Meanwhile, the family living there has to move all over again when the new owner evicts them. The landlords win, the tenants lose every single time. Now hold on, before I go deeper into this mess, let me drop a quick gem, because while these landlords are finessing the system, you can start building your own system. I started learning how to make money online with Wealthy Affiliate, and it completely changed how I see financial freedom. You don't gotta wait on a landlord, no waiting list, no approval from anybody. You can create something that's yours. If you're tired of feeling powerless in this economy, start learning how to build income streams that can't be taken away. I'll drop the link below so you can check it out in the pinned comment section when you're done here, because trust me, it's worth looking into. All right, back to the landlords. The inspection game. The inspection game might be the most played out trick in the book. They clean up one unit, make it sparkle just for showtime, while the rest of the property is falling apart. They know inspectors don't always check every apartment, so they use that to their advantage. They pass the test, get the check, and keep letting tenants live in half-fixed homes. It's giving government-funded slumlord. And you can't tell me HUD doesn't know. They just don't want to deal with the paperwork. Now look, not every landlord's bad. Some really do care. Some actually fix things, treat their tenants with respect, and keep their word. But let's not pretend like that's the majority, because the bad ones, they out here multiplying faster than these rent increases. And until the system holds landlords accountable with the same energy they hold tenants, this whole setup is gonna stay unbalanced. So the next time you hear a landlord complaining about Section 8 tenants, just remember, some of them are the real hustlers in the room. They're gaming the system, crying victim, and chasing checks all at the same time. And the people actually struggling, they're just trying to find a safe place to live. So tell me in the comments, have you seen this kind of thing happening where you live? Have you dealt with one of those finessing landlords yourself? Let's talk about it, because these conversations matter. And the more we expose, the harder it gets for them to keep getting away with it.